Hey, welcome to my PowerPoint presentation on humanistic approach. What is humanistic approach? Humanistic management is an approach to management theory based on the idea of human needs and human values. Employees are not merely and as an economic asset valued primarily for their productivity, but as people with complex needs and a desire for meaningful and varied daily tasks. Implementing humanistic management concepts is difficult due to the complexity of human behavior and of ethical questions in general, and it has many challenges. Thompson, as cited. Who created humanistic approach? Abraham Maslow, 1908 to 1970, and Carl Rogers, 1902 to 1987. Is the hierarchy of needs. This was Maslow's greatest contribution to psychology, and it's called the hierarchy of needs. In his quest to understand human motivation and the pursuit of happiness, he formulated a list of basic human needs and that had to be fulfilled for maximum psychological health. Through his interviews and studies, he came to categorize a hierarchical list of needs that need be fulfilled for increasing satisfaction. Self-actualization. When a man can be, he must be. This need we may call self-actualization. It refers to the desire for self-fulfillment, namely to the tendency for him to become actualized in what he is potentially able to do. Esteem needs. Maslow felt there was a clear distinction between love and respect or esteem. He felt that an ability to feel his self-esteem and personal uniqueness sprung from being loved and embraced by families and communities. Maslow, 1987, page 21 and 22 is cited. Belongings and love needs. As social beings, family friendships and intimate connections get many people through ups and downs in life. Numerous studies have shown that the healthiest, happiest people tend to be more involved in their communities. Maslow, 1987, page 20 and 21, as cited. Safety needs. Maslow used the word safety to mean more than just physical safety, and economic, social, vocational, psychological security of fall underneath this second tier of human needs. Psychological needs, such as breathing, food, drink, sleep, sex, exertion, are largely biological and physically requirements. Maslow, 1987, page 15 and 17 is cited. Carl Rogers, too, had things that he was known for. Number 1, client-centered therapy. Number 2, actualizing tendencies. Number 3, fully functioning person. And number 4, humanistic psychology. Cherry, November 14, 2018, as cited. There are cons of using the machine process in your organization. Number 1, low employee morale, high turnover, low innovation, low loyalty, and difficulty with adaptation. Embry is cited. Now, the advantages of humanistic approach are phenomenal loyalty, productivity, willing to give more. They feel valued, and there is very little turnover. Embry is cited. Step 1, when your company has decided, and are using the motivational approach, there's 4 drives to motivate people to get that done. Number 1, we all want to acquire things. It makes our job fun. We want to find a family or bond with the people that we're working with. We want to comprehend our job, understand it, and do our best. And we have a drive to defend our job. When we know it and we feel valued, we do a good job. Noria, Groisberg, Elling, as cited. Step 2, the motivation in an organization to keep good employees. And we really have to strive hard to do this. Number 1, we're going to combine acquire and reward system. We need to sharply differentiate good performers from average and poor performers. Tie rewards clearly to their performance. Please pay as well as your competitors. We appreciate it. Number 2, we're going to combine bond and culture. Foster mutual reliance and friendship among coworkers. Ideally, this is important. Value collaboration and teamwork. Encourage everyone to do their best practices. Number 3, we're going to comprehend and combine job design. Design jobs that have distinct and important roles in the organization and match those people to it. Design jobs that are meaningful and foster a sense of contribution to the organization. Number 4, we're going to combine defend and performance management. Increase the transparency of all processes. Put them out there in the open. Emphasize their fairness. Build trust by being just and transparent in granting rewards, assignments, and other forms of recognition. Highly important. Noria Grossberg-Elling, as cited. Humanistic management is an important element in addressing operational risk and the risk of fraud in particular. Employees' behavior that is objectively viewed as deviant is often not seen as so serious by members of organizations. For example, marketers may mislead clients about specifications of products or services, but members of the organization might not view this as poor behavior, as its initial negative impact only affects external stakeholders. Doctoring or lying about market research may be seen as more serious, affecting as it does internal stakeholders, and is similar to the unwillingness to communicate bad news to more senior levels of management observed. Argreus, 1977. Research has focused in particular on the need for senior management to constantly maintain and emphasize in an ethical stance in order to encourage ethical behavior among employees. Coso, 1992, Schwartz, Dempsey, and Klein, 2005, is cited. Firms, organizations, businesses, they all need to examine how deviance is caused so that they can prevent it from occurring. From the above, it seems obvious that prudent risk, and mostly fraud, is a central concern of operational risk management. The organization needs robust procedures to prevent and detect fraud. But this in turn depends upon the organization's culture. Culture must encourage the rigorous application of fraud prevention procedures, as organizational cultures vary widely in the extent to which they encourage adherence to rules. In addition, the organizational culture can actively promote ethical behavior and create a fair environment that is less likely to create grievances that might be used to morally neutralize the deviant behavior of employees in this way. Organizational culture fundamentally changes the calculus of fraud. In our organizations, companies, businesses, how do we reduce the risks of deviance and fraud? We have to create a culture which encourages fairness and transparency. Put it all out there. Enable individuals to raise problems as when they identify them right away. We need to encourage our people that are working for us to learn, to understand the business. This transparency approach should help by creating a pattern of behavior that is honest and that is sufficiently informed to engineer appropriate change in the organization as challenges arise. Fitzsimmons, 2006, as cited. In the next few slides, we're going to be talking about 3 top companies and that are using this humanistic approach. Can you guess who the leading employer is for 2019 who has the best positions? Hilton. Hilton made the 2019 best job to work for. Chris Nassett, CEO, has stated, I put on a housekeeper's jacket and I'm like, wow, this is heavy. I didn't feel very comfortable or flexible, and I'm thinking, I think we got this wrong. We're not giving them the right clothing to wear. Nassett and his team decided that changes were in order. In early 2018, the company launched a partnership with Under Armour to have the sports apparel giant redesigned lighter, more comfortable, so that they could wear them. This is just one of the several employee-focused changes that have crowned the 100-year-old Hilton as the best company to work for in America. Its sweet validation has taken hold of Nassett and has made him feel amazing. Some of the employees have made comments that work for Hilton. When you join the company, you are made to feel welcome. I am proud to tell others I work here. I am treated as a full member here regardless of my position. When I look at what we have accomplished, I feel a sense of pride. I feel good about the ways we contribute to our community. Now in these statements, there's specific words as community, pride, full member, proud. These all have to do with the humanistic approach. Fortune, September 2019, as cited. The #1 company to work for in 2019, Southwest Airlines in 2017. In the 45 years that Southwest Airlines has been in operation, it has never laid off a single employee or cut pay. There is a lot to a culture, and it's easier to have a strong culture if you feel like you're a champion, and that's the way our employees feel. This is a culture of appreciation, and why? Employees say that managers at Southwest make you feel valued. Every leader I've met has always made me feel like my work was appreciated and made a difference. Team unity. Culture is awesome. The company really takes care of their employees and understands their needs. Opportunities for advancement. Southwest provides plenty of opportunities for employees to either advance or move around within the company. Dozens of employee reviews show. It's just a great environment to work and live in. I don't feel myself working for another company at all. Great benefits. Good pay and a variety of benefits don't hurt either. As one ramp agent puts it, the company has great work schedule flexibility in most departments and within ground operations and in flight. CNBC, December 9th, 2016, is cited. Okay, last one. This is the #2 top company to work for in 2019. It's called Salesforce. It's a web design it's an IT company out of San Francisco. It's a great company to work for. I'm going to tell you the different things that the people from the company have said about this job. One of the very good companies to work for. I recommend the company to all my colleagues and friends. Honesty and transparency, teamwork, work-life balance continues. Great cafeteria, lots of fun things to learn. Culture was great, learned a lot and met a lot of good people. Managers were great to work with, lots of work to do. I enjoyed working in a place with highly intelligent people. Management allows you to thrive and showcase your ability to do work. I worked hard, but at the same time had an amazing time. I feel the energy is super positive no matter how difficult the task or project may feel at the moment. I would welcome the opportunity to work here again. I had an amazing manager and mentor to guide me in the position. Fun, fast-paced working environment with all the fun perks and snacks. Once you learn all of the Salesforce products, you will be good to go. has many perks that other companies don't, and the work-life balance is great. And again, they talked about all those same ideal things to have in a job that have to do with humanistic approach. Indeed, 2019 is cited. Ta-da! The last slide on humanistic approach. I just want to sum things up. That phenomenal loyalty, phenomenal productivity, employees willing to give more, they feel valued, and there's very little turnover. Boom. This is success of humanistic approach.